Hello, so I'll be talking about my UDL 5E lesson plan and we'll be talking about my favorite parts. But first, let's talk about the content standard that we'll be talking about. So the content standard is 4.5. Students understand the structures, functions, and powers of the local, state, and federal governments as described in the U.S. Constitution. And so our whole lesson plan is based off this right here. So it's 4.55. So it's grade 4, standard 5, substandard 5, and it explain the structures and functions of state governments, including the roles and responsibilities of their elected officials. And our learning objective is scholars will be able to explain the structures and functions of governments, including the roles and responsibilities of their elected officials, through word processors, comments, or flashcards to help solidify the comprehension of the content. So right here on the bottom, it says scores of 8 out of 10 on these tasks will show student mastery. And our level of Bloom's applied is right here, understanding. So students will be able to understand the content of the point of being able to teach it for themselves, which is a true mark of learning comprehension and understanding of the content. And so our application of strategies, this right here shows some of the parts that I did want to talk about today about the lesson plan that I did enjoy. So later on, I'll be talking about the Kahoot online quizzing game. And after that, I'll be talking about the storyboard. And those two are probably the parts of the lesson that I really did enjoy and want to give the time today to talk about for our lesson for this video right now. So let me go ahead and scroll. So this part of the lesson with the storyboard, that is under the explanation part. And this is a part where me and my co-teacher talked about the storyboard. And so on this section, we talk about the storyboard. And I want to say this is probably my favorite because right here, we go ahead and so right here, we're just going through each slides. This is like a PowerPoint, and during this section, the students are supposed to be taking Cornell notes. That can either be written down or on a Google Doc, but the students need to be taking notes. And the reason why I want to say I do like this part of the lesson is because during the lesson, we send this link to the students, and by the students being able to have the link, they can play this later on. Let's just say they want to play it on later that night or the next day to kind of have a review with stuff. I personally know I like to look at stuff later on just so I can get a refresher of what I learned for the day. So I really like this because me and my co-teacher are over here on the top, so it seems like we are still teaching, of course, throughout the thing. And I like how we have bullet point style right here to help the kids take the notes. And like I said, I really do like this part because I feel like this also helps students to have a lot of anxiety. I know me, when it comes to teaching, sometimes I get all nervous and I kind of forget to take notes or I kind of panic. So giving the students the time to be able to go back, I feel is like one of my favorite parts. So now I want to talk about the end of our lesson, and that is the part which is called evaluation. So this is the part where I did enjoy the most, and this is the Kahoot game. I do love Kahoots, and I feel like this was probably the best thing for us to do. I know Kahoots are fun, and it really gets kids excited to play. So I want to have this for the students so that way they can be able to have some fun. So I wanted the students to be able to have some fun with that. And I feel like this part, a lot of students get real excited for Cahoots. I know I personally did. The Cahoots are really fun, so I enjoyed it a lot. The thing though about the lesson, like when it came down to me teaching it, was there was technical difficulties and the music for the Kahoot didn't play. And that kind of is sad because I know when I play Kahoot, I look forward to the music. So with not having music, I kind of had to really improvise and make sure that I need to just show the students like, yes, there was an issue, but we just keep on rolling with it. And you just gotta show the students like, yes, a mistake happened, but we just gotta keep on going. So I did want to talk about that. So those were my two favorite parts of the lesson plan. So the storyboard and the Kahoot. The Kahoot was great, gets kids excited. I know that gets kids excited because they get to see their classmates on the board, on the screen, and then the storyboard's really great for students to go ahead and take a break and kind of take some notes, take their time doing it. So, thank you for your time. Thank you.